Well, guys, from Puerto Rico, we are here with Rocky from Pac Performance. Like, like you know, this guy and the Australian group is going to be in Puerto Rico in March. Um, I'm here to ask you a few questions. First of all, I really want to know, Rocky, how do you feel to go to Puerto Rico finally?
Yeah, well, look, it was a bit of a surprise when they asked us to do this event, but I'm very happy to be there. I mean, after I saw the fans in Orlando, they were just awesome. The Puerto Rican fans were so passionate and they loved their drag racing. So absolutely very happy to be there.
I think the fastest import, I think no, I'm sure, the fastest imports born in that small island, you know, since 80s we started to run and make runs, and I know you have a lot of years of working with the 20B and rotaries, and I want to know, Rocky, how much time you follow the Puerto Rican cars?
Yeah, look, when before the internet, it was only just magazines, so it was very difficult to see what was going on in different countries. But after the internet, then we started to see cars like Bam Bam and Rafaelito and David Turbo, and like then we were watching these guys, Sigel, Sporty. We started to watch these guys and say, wow, these guys are doing like what we're doing in a different country. So we were very excited. Very excited to know that there was someone as passionate about that engine and the racing like we are, you know. So you guys were doing crazy stuff, and we were watching thinking, wow, these guys are so fast, because you were well and truly very much faster than we were back then.
Let's talk about Sigel.
Yeah.
Sigel in Puerto Rico is like a legend, you know. He makes like 12, 11 years ago, you know, the 6-second pass in the first second pass in 6-second pass in the 20B rotary engine. When you saw that, what do you think? Do you think to run 6 seconds is possible?
Yeah, look, when I saw that, I was very happy that someone has done that. But my goal and my business was to be the fastest in the world. So to be the fastest in the world, you have to be faster than everybody else. And we were very lucky, because in I think 2009 or 2010 we got that title. We were the world's fastest rotary. And then the competition between ourselves and the other teams at the time was very huge, backwards and forwards every week. You know,
You make a statement, put a new time, then a mayor put another, and then Sammy goes 670 something, you know.
That's right.
And then you go up with 6. Then Loquito comes to the scene, you know.
I mean, when we first got the record, then we had the record for 2 years and with no competition. So we got lazy and we started to race in Australia in just normal racing. But then the guys like Sammy and Pika and Loquito, all of them, they started to race, and wow, it was backwards and forwards. So it was very good.
So it's very special, because it's like somebody push you to make the numbers, and then you put pressure on it, you know.
Right.
It's like a big battle, but at the end, is something good happen at the end, you know. The sports, look at 5-second passes, the rotary engines are closer. Talking about 5 seconds body.
Yeah. Look, at the moment, that's tough. I mean, we don't have the good parts like the 6-cylinder guys do, right? So, but what we are doing is, when we're finding the parts that are weak, we are machining them. So now you can see we have billet plates, so we machine those plates. We have billet shaft, but we're still using factory OEM rotors, rotor housings. So slowly we're starting to make the parts. So the next thing for us is rotor housings and rotors. With that, we'll then make the engine more reliable to be able to run 60 or 70 or 80 pounds of boost like the 6-cylinder guys. When we do that, we're going to be just as fast, if not faster than the 6-cylinder guys, because the rotary engine, for the boost that we're on, the amount of power it makes is awesome.
At least we have guys like you that really wants to keep going, you know, to work hard, building billet parts, you know, to make that possible.
Sure, like for me, it's not even an option to go to a piston engine. Like for me, it's rotary for life, and that's it. So whatever it takes, whatever parts we need to make, we're doing it right now. My engine program and my parts are very good. Where we are a little bit behind is with our car setup. Because we don't do as much racing as the guys in the US or in Puerto Rico, we lack a little bit of that car knowledge. But from the firewall forward, our engine, the tune-up, the parts we're using, the horsepower we're making is very, very good.
We saw that because I saw you, you know, make like 12 passes in 3 days, you know, including the private test, and without take the engine out.
Yeah.
You know, so the setup is almost done. But I think, you know, like you said, you need to find the way, those internal passes, pieces, support the stress, you know, of the high boost.
Exactly. Like at the moment, we were at a level where we actually did 29 passes in 3 days in the event, right? And even at the first event, we were the only Mazda to run all the way to the finals, and we raced against the Jerry in the finals.
Yes.
So to have a rotary engine running against these 6-cylinder guys and make it all the way to the finals, we're very proud of that. And we're pushing just enough to make sure our engine is reliable. To take that next step, we need to make some more parts. But, you know, I don't want to push the engine to a point where it breaks and we have failures, because then that costs money, you don't learn anything. So I'd rather just concentrate on what we have now, and we're developing the parts bit by bit. But within the next 6 months, 12 months, we'll have a new batch of parts that will be able to push another 100 or 150 horsepower more reliable.
Pac, do you think when you make like a control, like a development of your parts, you're going to share with Puerto Rican people?
Yeah, you bet. I already in talks with the major players, the Puerto Rican guys. I can't say names because whatever, but we're already working with some teams, and we're going to make them the parts that they require, and hopefully we push them to go forward, because like I said, our engine program is very good, but our chassis program, us ourselves, still not 100% because we don't race that often. But if we give the good parts to the guys with the good chassis and the good clutch development and the car development, then I'm pretty sure we're going to very, very close to running a 5.
That's when I go to Orlando, I see that you have to make a lot of changes in the chassis, tires, tire pressure.
Yeah.
I saw you working the two-step because you have a hard launch, and you still make 101, 102 in the 65th.
Yeah.
The clutch adjustment change, you know. How is the track in Australia?
Well, I'll tell you something.
When you make
in Australia, we run, the best my car has run in Australia is 0.95 in the 64. But on average it's 96 or 97. So it does that every time, right? When I come to Orlando, I have lots of problems because of the track. There's too much traction, there's not enough traction. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe there's something worn out in the back of the car, but we did a lot of work. We changed the tires, we changed the forelink, we changed the suspension. I had Mark Mensa from Mensa Motorsport, who's the shock absorber guy, give me a hand. Had Eric Lewinsky give me a hand. So we really were trying to get this car to go fast. And we ran a couple of 0.98s and 0.97 60s in Orlando. But to have the car consistent was only 101, 102. So whatever the problem is, we still haven't fixed it. We just put a band-aid on it just so we can go racing, you know? And even that, we went 3 rounds of racing in Orlando. So we got beaten in the semi-final by Chupa, you know, by Jimmy in the Zion. And that's the fastest import in the world. So for me, I'm very proud because, again, we're the only rotary engine to make rounds of racing. So my engine program, like I said, is good, and we're working hard now to make it a little bit better.
All the data that you get from your car, do you think is priceless right now? Because you have to put more power to get out of the track, the stick of the track, you know?
Yeah.
Can you learn something about of your car, something new?
Of course, like I wish today, right now, I could go back to the racetrack, because after looking at all the data from the weekend, then I have a new plan what to do. So I'm pretty sure I have a fix for the car. But of course the car is here at the show, and now I have to go back to Australia, so I'm not going to see this car now for another 3 months. So whilst I'm happy to be here racing in the US and in Puerto Rico, what it does is I can't get to the car now for 3 months because I'm back in Australia. So all the stuff that I have in my head, the plan to go forward, has to wait now. Really, I'd like to be racing tomorrow. Tomorrow I'd like to be back on the racetrack racing to test these new things.
Rocky,
Yeah.
I asked in Loquito, I asked Puro, and both tell me 5 seconds in a rotary engine is possible.
Yes.
I'm asking you,
Yes.
it's possible?
You bet.
Do you have the enough power to do it? You have the car, you have everything?
Well, I might not have it today, but within the next 12 months, I'm going to have it, you know? And if I run a 5-second pass, I don't want to run one 5-second pass, I want to run every time a 5-second pass, you know? Because I want to
You
get...
like consistency in the car.
Absolutely. You know, I have to, above all else, be consistent, because for a long time, everybody says the rotary engine is not reliable.
Yeah.
When I hear that, it makes me upset. So I want to prove to the world the rotary engine is reliable. That's why George, when he drives the car, he punishes it, big burnout, big two-step, big launch. He drives it hard all weekend. So I want to prove to everybody the rotary
It's
engine
reliable.
is reliable.
Okay, let's go back to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Everybody's excited.
Yeah.
I think we have more cars by a mile than any state in the United States. We have a lot of street car, drag racing cars. You know, we have the best fans out there.
Yep.
Do you feel good in Orlando?
I felt very good in Orlando.
Let me tell you something. I think it's gonna be over when you come to Puerto Rico.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see the fans. And I know when I was in Orlando, I didn't think I was in Orlando. I felt like I was in Puerto Rico because there were so many Puerto Rican fans. But then to be in Salinas in Puerto Rico and on the island with all the Puerto Rican people, we were very, very excited. Very excited.
You are going to bring all your guys, all your team, all your pit.
Yeah, of course. Look, we're like one big family. I have like, my team is 10 people, but that's then my wife and my children and my crew, their children come, so it's one big family, you know. So when we travel, they want to come, they want to enjoy the racing as well, meet the people, eat the food, have a few drinks.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
After that event,
Yes.
the time has come to Puerto Rican guys, Team MacTech,
Yeah.
to go to Jamboree.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Well, you know how you say that you have a lot of cars in Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Well, when they get to Australia, they're going to see a lot of cars as well, because we have lots of rotary cars in Australia and lots of RX3s, RX2s, R100s, and still driving on the street. Still driving on the street. So when they see that, they're going to be very impressed.
So, Rocky,
Yeah.
I appreciate that you have to take this time. You know, I know you're busy here in the PRI.
Sure.
I appreciate that you accept the invitation that Orlando, GRS, the people of Salinas Speedway, you know, Motograd, all those guys, you know, working together to make this possible. So.
Yeah.
But if you say no, it's not, you know, it's like nothing, you know.
Sure,
So I appreciate you say yes, you know. It's going to be a good experience for all the guys cannot go to take a plane to go to Orlando. You know, it's going to be a big event out there.
Yeah, look, absolutely. I mean, I got to thank Ozzy and
Yes.
Maria Moya. You know, like they opened the door. They got me to Orlando Speed World. This has been something that's been on the cards for about 4 or 5 years. And whilst everybody was talking about it, Ozzy, he made it happen. You know, so if it wasn't for him and that meeting and the racing that we did in Orlando, we probably wouldn't be going to Puerto Rico. So again, Ozzy and Maria, they did open the door. They did a really, really good job, and I'm so grateful to have met all the Puerto Rican fans, and now I'm so excited to go to Salinas.
One last question.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends who text me.
Yeah.
They really want to know if you want to pick 3 cars from Puerto Rico as your favorite.
Yeah.
Which car is?
From Puerto Rico. Like, I like the Starlets.
For real?
I love the Starlets.
No way.
I love watching them Starlets race because they're so small, short wheelbase.
For real?
I love watching the Starlets race.
Wow.
Yeah.
You surprised me with that.
Why? What did you think I was going to say?
Or you know the big guys, big dogs like you know Sammy, the you know the fastest cars. But
No.
it's like you say when you see a 13B running stakes
Yeah.
in a small car, you know it's not impressed. You know?
Very impressive. You know, I love the style. So don't get me wrong, I love watching Major League
know
run
that,
and
I know.
Laputa run, and I love watching Jimmy run with the Zoe, and those cars are awesome. But for me, when I look at those little starlets racing, the guys that drive them, they got big balls, you know, all crazy.
They have to be a little bit crazy to do it.
You
you
bet,
know?
yeah, you bet.
But which one is your favorite?
My favorite?
You don't worry, don't say
No,
that. You know,
I don't have.
I don't have.
I love the
I just
Starlets,
love
yeah.
the Starlets. Okay. Rocky, thank you. Thank you for have the time to attend me. You know here. So, gente, ya tenemos aquí a Rocky con unas expresiones hablando un poquito más profundo, ¿verdad? De lo que sucedió y de lo que va a pasar con el team de PAC visitando, ¿verdad? A lo que es Puerto Rico. So, espero que sea de su agrado y aquí estamos una vez más en el PR